Yoski Woski. Fix it. There we go. Yoski Woski. She pushing man Chan here. Mind of a Maniac. Cell-41. And please forgive me. I literally just got through putting in work down in the basement. So I'm a little right now. So bear with me for a little bit. But, a couple interesting things hit my mind the last 16 hours. And I was going to say or talk about a couple things for real. One of them was I wasn't going to speak too long about the Kanye situation because it's just, I'm letting that shit play out. But there's something that stuck out to me about that situation. And another situation that popped up to me was something that's going viral on social media about Disney's old movies and stuff, how they used to be slapping back in the day, which they did. I had a little opinion about that, but something bigger happened and kind of overshadowed that. Because I was going to say like how pretty much Kanye is the Joker in real life, like for real. And how Disney's movies and all that shit they was cranking out back to back to back to back. That's not the first time that's happened. Marvel pretty much does it now, so that formula is not new. So, but I'm gonna talk about that in another cell. But because, like I said, something more important happened, or something that stood out way more. But I'm gonna try to keep it as short as possible. But yesterday, I went to go visit my uncle, and he's in the hospital downtown. And for those who don't know, my uncle is a quadriplegic. He's been a quadriplegic my whole entire life. Like, I have no memory of this man walking. He had a bad car wreck a long time ago, and nobody knows what truly happens for real. We've heard rumors of like what really happened, but nobody knows what truly happened. But all we know is he's never walking again. He's been like that for, like I said, my whole entire life, and I'm pretty much in my mid-30s. My birthday's actually next week, so, but, yeah, he's in the hospital, and when you're a quadriplegic and you can't move, you literally have to rely on everybody else. He's been in his bed for a long time because my grandma can't function like she used to because she's pretty much been his primary caregiver my whole life. So he's pretty much been in bed probably like the last couple years. And whenever you lay in bed, especially when you're quadriplegic, a lot of shit can go wrong. Like bed sores, you can have blood clots, you can go septic and not even fucking know because you're paralyzed and you can't feel shit, which is very scary. And he's had some scary situations. But he's got some shit going on with his kidneys and shit, and he's getting a procedure done. So I'm going downtown, and as I'm walking in, they're pushing him out in his bed, going to the procedure. So I see him, and the first thing I see is he's smiling. And if anybody knows my uncles, and you just know his smile is just, you can't help but just smile too. His smile is contagious. It really is. But I see him smiling, and I'm talking to him real quick, but the nurses got to hurry up and take him to the back. So as I'm seeing him smile, and I'm smiling right back, it just reminded me that my whole entire life, I could probably count on one hand how many times I've seen him upset. Unc is always smiling and always laughing. He's always in a good mood. He's always positive. Like, always positive. Always smiling. Always laughing. And he's a quadriplegic, and he has to depend on everybody else. What are we complaining for? For real. What the fuck are we crying and complaining for? 90% of our problems we cause ourselves. It's self-inflicted. Which means we can fix it. He can't fix that. He's a grandfather now. He's got 2 grandkids. He's never going to be able to pick them up and hold them and carry them. Ever. we take granted the smallest and simplest shit. Because I'm a trainer, which means doing legs is physical. Like, physical shit is how I earn money, and that's what makes me happy. If you was to take my legs away, I don't even know what, I don't, I really don't want to say, like, what I'd probably do for real. Like, for real, for real. But, and even my daddy, he told me while we was talking in the room, he was like, you know, you done been through a lot of shit too, Chan. I'm like, Unc can't walk. He hasn't walked in 34 years. Like, or 33, 32, however long it's been, but because I was, what, 2 or 3 when it happened. So there's somebody always going through worse shit, man. Like, why are we crying and complaining? All I could change like that forever, and will forever be different, and he'll never go back to the same. Ironically, as I was walking, because I parked in the wrong fucking car garage, so I had to walk all the way around from Norton's to the Pavilion. If you know how it's shaped, you got to walk damn near over the cross paths and all that shit. So, but as I was walking, I seen a blue building, and it was raining and cloudy and cold, and that rain was whipping with that wind. And I'm sitting there walking through the cross path, and I see a very familiar blue building on Gray Street. And it was a building that my lung specialist worked in. And I used to go to that doctor 3-4 times a year. He performed my surgeries whenever I had double pneumonia. As my follow-up doctor from the time I was, 8, 9 till I was 18. That same building. So as I'm going to see Unc, and he's smiling at me and all that shit, I'm seeing that building and seeing basically basically my past and where I'm at in the present. Like, for real. That shit's crazy, man. Like, with all being said, for real, we're all in charge of what we're really in charge of. And whatever we can't control, please don't control. Fuck your excuse. Get up and go do something.